Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are here with our 2026 Cadillac VISTIQ Sport, and we've got a real basic quick tutorial for you today. We are going to be talking about how to change the cabin air filter. This is the VISTIQ Sport trim, but this should apply to all of the available trims, and this will probably apply to future model years for quite some time. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, as is the case with many, if not most GM vehicles, we are over here on the passenger side and have the glove box open, and the cabin air filter is located behind the glove box. So the first step is there is a small retractable cable that helps the door open and close smoothly, and we need to release that. The cable is just long enough for the glove box to open, and so there's not really any excess cable to work with once the glove box is open. So we want to go ahead and release that before we do anything else. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So that little plastic piece that you can see poking out of that hole, that is what holds the cable in place. So we're going to want to release that first, and that needs to be pushed towards the rear of the car, and that will let the cable release. So in the interest of being able to see what I'm doing and not getting my hand in the way, I'm just going to use this plastic pry tool here. All right, so here we are looking at the glove box from the front, and this is probably one of the trickier parts. Quick tip first before you do anything else. You can see here there's a flap along the top, and it's easy to release here on the right-hand side. So we're going to push up on that, and that gives the glove box room to flex, because basically we have to pull the sides of the glove box in to release little stoppers that are on either side. And it takes quite a bit of force to get it flexed enough for the stoppers to clear the side of the opening. So what I've done in the past is I'm going to do this the right side first and push this in, and that side is loose now, and then I'm going to pull this side really hard. It's going to feel like it's going to break the box. Just make sure this flap is free. You can see it kind of got stuck again. Make sure that flap is free. In fact, I'm going to hold it up a little bit, and then I'm going to pull as hard as I can to clear this other stopper while I'm pushing down on the glove box door. And now you can see we've got it open, and we have full access to get the air filter out. So this is the air filter cover, and something I've never seen before is this air filter cover has a wiring harness going to it. So what I didn't realize, and I had to do a little digging on, is that this vehicle's filtration system has an ionizer built into it. So this is actually a low voltage connection here that we're going to disconnect. That just tells it, I'm guessing, to turn off and on at certain points. And then on this left-hand side, there's a high voltage, some thicker wires. So when you pull this cover off, it's actually going to still kind of be attached on the left-hand side. So we'll want to watch for that. So let's focus on this wiring connector for a moment, and let me get you a better view of that. All right, so there's a little red tab here. That is a locking connector. So we need to pull that back first. All right, so now this connection has been unlocked, and what we're going to do is we're going to push down on this black tab here and pull the plug out. All right, so now this connector is loose, and we can proceed with removing the air filter cover. All right, so the tabs to release the cover are over on this corner here. So I'm going to zoom back in so you can see what those are and get a better view of them. All right, so these larger gray tabs that I'm pointing at with the screwdriver, those are the tabs that you're going to want to squeeze together and then pull the right side of the filter cover towards you. So let's do that real quick. All right, so now we've got the cover out of the way, and unlike other GM vehicles that I've worked on, we can't fully remove this because of these larger high voltage wires on the back. And you can see there's some sort of a module here on the back that's got the high voltage symbol on it there. So interesting stuff. But let's go ahead and get the air filter pulled out of here. So we're going to move this out of the way. And make note of which direction the arrows on your air filter are pointing on removing this one. We can see they're pointing down, so the new one should be pointing down as well. So let's go ahead and pull this out. And there we go. So we're ready to reinstall the new one. All right, and here is the replacement filter. This is a brand new OEM GM part. There's the part number, and I'll put a link in the description. I just picked that up off Amazon. Of course, I'm sure there are alternate filters available, but I like to go with the factory ones. And something else I like to do before I put a new filter in is write the date, and that makes it a little easier to keep track of when you last changed it. All right, so we're back in the vehicle, ready to reinstall the new filter, which is pretty much the reverse of what we've already done. All right, so that's seated in there all the way. And on the left-hand side of the filter, there is a tab that needs to be seated in a little hole here on the left. So you can see that. We'll go right in here. That kind of makes a hinge. And once that's seated in, we're just going to push this back and clip it in place. Just be sure to push that in until that clicks. And if it's in all the way, you should not be able to pull it back out, which I cannot. And then next, we've got to plug this cable back in. And don't forget to push the little red locking tab back in place. And now that's all you got to do there. And if we look closely here on the left side, we can find the cable that we released earlier. It's just on this little retractable string, and you can see it doesn't go out very far. And so the tricky part is, how do we get our fingers in here to re-engage this in the side of the door and get the door closed at the same time when the door has to be nearly in place in order to hook this in. So I've come up with a little trick for that, and let's go take a look at that. All right, so what I have here is a stiff piece of wire. This is actually the neutral wire out of some 14.2 Romex, but really any stiff wire that can retain its shape a little bit will work for this. So what I'm gonna do is kind of bend a loop into this, like so. And then we're gonna grab our little tab on a cable here, and we're just going to loop it around, around the back of it. And the orientation of this little plastic piece is important. The wide end needs to face towards the back of the vehicle, and because there's a little indentation in the side of the glove box for that. So now we have a way to kind of keep hold of this and help guide it in place while we put the box back in place. It's still not particularly easy, but this makes it a lot more doable. I don't really know how you would do it without this, honestly. So we're gonna make sure that this is still loose here. That gives us some flex in getting the glove box back. And then we're just gonna push this up. I'm only pushing it up until these stoppers start to show some resistance. And then I'm looking for this plastic tab to line up, and I'm going to kind of stick one of my fingers back in there to help it. And there we go. And pull down the glove box a little bit. You can hear it click in place. And after that, we can just pull the wire out. And now we should be able to squeeze this glove box a little bit and push it back into place. It's much easier to get in than out. Back in place, we'll reach up here and snap that little tab back in. And that's it. Alrighty guys, that about does it for this vehicle. I hope you found it helpful, and we'll have some other general maintenance videos coming up on the VISTIQ, as well as some more projects. So I hope you guys will consider subscribing to the channel. Also got a lot of videos on the Cadillac LYRIQ and some other vehicles we've owned over the years. So I hope you'll consider subscribing, and have a great day.